Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to tell you the cadence over the next couple weeks. If you want to take notes on it, or if you want me just to make sure I put this into the chat, I can do that. I think one of the easiest things to do is to get yourself confused when there's so much happening in all the different directions. Of course, you pick what works best for you and your business, but I'm just going to share with you kind of what I'm doing and the direction I'm headed. So let's get started with that. Today, you should be driving all of your team to the announcement, the Black Friday specials announcement. Now, I want you to think about something. I understand sometimes it's nerve-wracking to get all of this excitement and hype about something, and you're like, is it going to be that good? Like, what if I'm getting everybody excited? And then it's like, wah, wah, wah. It's not like that. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be high energy. I think you're going to love it. And here's the funny thing. Every single power hour for like the last 60 days, I've had my computer propped up on this special announcement. Like, so quit barking, you lunatic dog. Sorry. I'm not an animal person, but children apparently need one to have a good childhood. But anyways, so this announcement tonight, you're going to want to be driving people to that call. If for some reason at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you're not available to see that call, at about 5:30 Central, I have a post scheduled for my team page with everything on it. Let's just hope the timing's right so I don't like let the cat out of the bag accidentally. But anyhow, I will make sure that that also gets put into the Power Hour chat, but you want to make sure that you're getting people super excited about this. So that's the thing you're focused on today. And then after that, if you want to hop on at 7:30, we're doing an immunity training. And I'm excited about it because we're going to focus on Active and Immune Plus, which were both proven. And we have clinical trials and we have all the data that shows that those two products combined are really a powerhouse for your immunity. And then I'm going to share how to make bone broth, how to make your own elderberry syrup, and why you should, and it's why it's so easy. And if I could do it, anybody can do it. So that's going to be the focus for tonight. Tuesday and Wednesday, now that you have the information about the specials, you should be working on posting, talking about it in your stories. And then the biggest part is messaging your current people. All of your VIPs, inactive, active. How many of you guys order products from another company? I'm pretty sure yeah. Okay. So, and what I meant by that was a network marketing company, someone that you had to go to a person, not to just to a website. How many of you guys, okay, so I order oils, hair care products, trying to think what else. Okay, so whatever it is you order from a company like that, how many of you guys have gotten a message from the person you ordered from telling you what the Black Friday specials are for their company or when I can expect to find out what they are? Has anyone gotten a message from one of their people? Not seeing. You did, Stacy? Can you unmute really quick and tell me about that? What did it look like and what did you feel when you got the message?
Well, I've gotten quite a few, but a lot of them are just, that stay tuned. Here's our special. It'll drop, at this time on this day. Don't miss out. It'll go fast, all of those things. So it does, I think it's creating a lot of that FOMO, that fear of missing out. And I think that's what we want to create as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, you must have better friends than I do because ain't nobody messaged me. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I would have liked to buy one, get one free oil or something. And nobody's telling me anything. So
a lot of it's email, just to clarify. So check your email. They may not be messaging you. It might be email.
From the company or from the person?
The person.
Okay. And so my point was, and all of that is, Stacy apparently has a greater friend circle than I do, but I don't just want to hear about it from the company. The truth is, I'm probably going to delete the email. I'm not going to even open it. But when my friend says, hey, I don't want you to miss out on this, it really makes me feel like, okay, you got me. Like, I don't have to be on high alert and afraid that I'm going to miss like this whole 90% off sale or something. Just take care of your people. And if you go at the posture of, I'm just letting these people know, I want you to remember something, especially for your current VIPs. They've already opened their wallet to Plexus. They're already saying, I trust you. I trust this company. So you should be telling them that something's coming, and it's okay to be excited. What's wrong with decorating for Christmas the 1st of November? What's wrong with getting people excited about a Black Friday special 5 days ahead of time? There's nothing wrong with it. So Tuesday and Wednesday, you're going to be working on messaging, posting, and do a countdown, 48 hours until I don't even know what, like get them super excited. And then on Friday, make sure you guys are ordering, getting all your specials ordered. I've been trying to hold out to buy that holiday bundle with the red light wand. That's like for real, a great deal, because I don't want to pay shipping twice. So let's just hope that all y'all heifers don't buy them all before I get a chance to have mine on Friday. I mean heifers in the nicest way. I live in Tennessee. It's okay to say that. So get your specials ordered on Friday. And then the following Monday, you guys will start promoting the ambassador reset group. And the reason I want you to focus on that is you're getting your team to all commit to reset together December 5th through the 7th. And we're going to use all of the marketing from that, pictures, weight, pound, measurements, all that, to promote our New Year's challenge. And then that night, we're going to do a leadership training, and it's going to be fantastic. So you're not going to want to miss that. So that's the cadence for like the next little bit. I can also put that into the chat, but I want to get started with my friend Corinne. Corinne's a diamond, and she is on here, and she looks so festive and super cute and showered, which I am none of those things right now. And she's going to help us to really think about expanding our network using Facebook groups, which is such a special thing to do at this time of the year, because there's so much to get yourself involved in. So I'm going to mute and let her go ahead and share. And here we go.
Okay. Hi, guys. Yes, I had to get ready. I have 4 Zooms today. I'm leaving for Florida in the morning. My brother just had twin boys, so I'm going to visit them. My kids are going to Ohio at noon today. They're flying, so I have to finish packing them. Just have a crazy busy day. So I had to get my butt up this morning and put myself together. And I did a post about the red light wand, which I just threw up. I bought it. I really like it. I love skincare stuff. My mom sold Mary Kay for like 30 years. So growing up, like I've been a skincare person my whole life. The red light wand, if you haven't bought it, you should. Like you really should. It's awesome. In fact, I have a 15-year-old daughter who's almost 16, and she keeps stealing it. So I got one I bought the big pack. So it comes with a second one for her stocking stuffer. And I just threw a post up, which one of the things I'm like super passionate about is putting your face like on Facebook. This isn't expanding your network, but real quick, I am always preaching to my team. I know Plexus puts out the most beautiful graphics. Like, I just don't like to use them. Like, I just think if you are willing to put your face there, if you're holding the ProBio, it'll go so much further than their really beautiful picture of the ProBio. And like, I did the red light one, like no makeup, nothing. I had the Joyome serum, because you have to put a serum on your face to use the red light wand. Like once it dries, you don't use it anymore. Like it works with a lotion or a serum, just FYI. And so I'm like, I'm just going to take a picture or whatever. And another little thing that I actually learned recently with pictures and selfies, because you know they can be so awkward, is what you do is you take a video. So like I videoed myself doing it, and then you watch the video, and wherever you like screenshot it. And then that's what I use. So I threw up a post like maybe an hour ago, and there's like 20 comments. Like, what is it? What is it? And I'm totally not prepared, because like, I actually don't, like, I know what it is, but like, I wasn't prepared with something to reply, because I actually didn't know if people would like do anything. But I swear it's because it's like my faith and not the pretty pictures. Like, because I've seen the other posts that other people, I'm sure you guys have too. It seems like in the last 24 hours, everybody's like posting the same thing. So just quick tip. Okay, so I do love talking about expanding your network. And one of the reasons I love talking about it is just because I actually live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I'm not from here at all. And I've moved around a lot. I'm originally from Ohio, and then my kids were born in South Dakota, and then now I'm in Louisiana. So we've moved a lot. And so like, I just don't have a lot of like friends that like are right by me. And so I'm like, I kind of feel like I need to just know people other places. And when I started Plexus in 2013, like it's been a long time, and I started posting in 2014, I had like 300 Facebook friends, but I was always kind of involved in groups. So back in the day, I have two daughters, and I always dress them in gymboree. Does anybody remember gymboree? Which they all closed. Like, I'm really sad about that. It was a clothing store, and there was actually an online community called Jimbo Friends, kind of like Facebook groups now, but it was before Facebook groups was the thing. I think probably before even Facebook. And I was in it, and like we chatted all the time, and I'm still friends with some of those people. So I think I feel comfortable behind. Like, I'm actually very introverted, and like in person, like I'm like I used to be a teacher, so I'm really great with like middle schoolers and in that range. But in person, like I'm not like a super social person. But I'm like, feel like I'm really good at Facebook and can like be great behind a computer. And I like learned that from being on Jimbo Friends. So Facebook is awesome. And like, I've gotten so many ambassadors from groups. Is anybody in any like interest groups on Facebook? Please tell me you are. Okay, good. Like, if you're not, you're doing yourself like a huge disservice. But the thing with the groups is, and I've made mistakes and I've trained a ton on this, not to be in too many groups. Like, I literally think you need to pick like 2 or 3 groups, and that's it. And be as specific as possible. You don't need groups that have hundreds of thousands of people in them. You want them to be active, right? So like, you know how it tells you how many posts a day. Like, always look for, if I want a new group, like at least 10 posts a day. So like people are posting, it's kind of active, but you don't need groups that have hundreds of thousands of people. You also don't want like little groups of like 50 people. Like, there's something in between, but be as specific as possible. So can you guys comment like in the chat, like what kind of groups are you involved in, but be as specific as possible. Like, not just, plans. Like, what are some ideas? Because what I find is people who aren't in any groups and haven't like explored this option of expanding your network, they don't even know where to start. And they're like, I don't even know what my interests are. Like, I don't even know, I have no clue. So good. Christian men's groups, gardening in zone 7B. Like, I love that. Like, that is awesome. Whoever said that, Tina, it moves so fast, because like, how specific is that? So, you will get known. Oh, so good. Good. Jigsaw puzzlers. I'm trying to read them as they go. They go so fast. Aussie dog lovers. Good. Local neighborhood and city recommendations group. That's awesome, especially to build something like local around you.
There's something
So
that
hopefully-
says North Alabama Chicken Group, and whoever that is, I need them to please explain that to me really quick.
Who put that?
What's a North Alabama Chicken Group? Unmute.
Where is that?
It's Tina.
Girl, it's me. And it's all my like chicken tenders that live up here in North Alabama. So we all like share chicken stuff and deals, and I've made so many friends because I've got like 40 chickens right now. So we just all live, love
awesome.
chickens.
Love that. Good. Okay, we have a question. Are bigger or little groups better? I don't think like huge, 200,000 people type groups. But I mean, I think if you're like between 1,000 to 10,000, like, I feel like that's good. Cause you have a lot of people that aren't active in the groups. They joined at one point and then they've gone away. So I more look for how many posts a day are getting like approved and how much conversation is happening. You can go to a group and see if like there's a couple questions and like no one's replied, like that's not like a good group. Like, that's just not very active. You want to be in a group that's active enough. Okay, like at least 10 posts a day and people are commenting. So then once you're in it, and you got to pick something you actually like, and you're allowed to switch groups. I used to love Rothy's, Rothy's shoes, those like pointed shoes. Okay, well, I got really big into them, and there's a Rothy's group, and actually I have an assistant, and she came from the Rothy's group, and I have like a ton of ambassadors, and like every time I wore them, I took a picture with the shoes on and posted it, and I tried to like comment. I mean, that's what you have to do. You've got to, if you're going to be in the groups, you've got to commit to, like I say, twice a week, asking a question in there, making a post. It's really helpful if it's a picture. And like I said, I always think it's even more helpful if it's a picture of you. I have a level 1, 2, 3 who she lives in Michigan and she's really into lighthouses. So like I'd helped her find like a group on Michigan lighthouses. She's like, but like they're boring people. I don't know. And I'm like, no, like every time you see a lighthouse, like don't just take a picture of it. Like I want you to take a selfie pointing to the lighthouse, like, oh, I saw a lighthouse. And I know you feel silly doing it, but like you'll have more interaction because I think it's like not everybody, people feel so self-conscious and they don't want to put their face out there. But when you do, people like stop and notice the post a little bit more, even in these groups, especially in these groups, because everybody's basically strangers. So you've got to focus on making posts like that, asking a question or making a post of something you see or whatever it is. And then you've got to respond, like anybody that comments. I friend all the people. I don't care if they don't accept, like, don't accept, fine, like your loss. But I just send the friend request and I respond to everybody. And I try to like ask a question, like if they said something interesting, like I try to ask a question to create some kind of conversation. Even if I go to the person's page and I'm like, oh, like she looks like she could be good, or whatever, I will even like send her a private message. That's actually how I got my assistant girl. Is she had posted these green shoes and I really liked them and I thought that I couldn't find them on the website. And I'm like, and I messaged her, I'm like, I'm sorry to message you, but like, what are those shoes? Like what color are they? Because I don't find them. And like, we got in this huge discussion and we became really good friends. Like she lives in Oklahoma. I've never met her. We talk like a couple times a day. I mean, it's great. She's bought Plexus. Obviously she's one of my ambassadors. But you can meet like so many people, but you have to be active. And what I do, like I'm a big into time blocking because like I'm a single mom, well, I'm engaged, I'm getting married next year. But right now it's just me and my girls that live here. And I have to time block my day because otherwise the day, I'm sure like many of you, just gets away from you. And so I will time block, like set a timer, just like Jen does on these calls on the power hours. Set a timer. If you did last week, last Monday, set a timer. For 20 minutes, I'm going to stay in this group and I'm going to comment, like, comment, and be interactive. And it's got to, I always say comments, I tell people like at least do 4 or 5 words. So just like, oh, that's awesome. The more specific you are, the more it looks like you care and that you want to talk about it. And I think also that's why it's like, you got to be in groups that you're actually interested in, because if you're not, like your comments, like people can see right through that. Like I'm not in the shoe group anymore. Like I don't really care about the shoes anymore. I like barely ever wear them, but I've like switched and like we're about to start building a house. So now I'm in like this new housing group and it's like very specific to the type of house I'm going to build and like how much square footage it is, because those are like my people right now. And like, I want to, interact with them and I actually am learning from them. And then I can post stuff too and pictures and make those friends. When I tell you, like, I mean, 95% of my business is from Facebook. I'm trying to like ease myself into Instagram and TikTok. I am not like that person yet, but it is definitely a goal. But Facebook groups is where I've grown my business. Like no joke. Facebook groups, I should look it up someday and just count the number of ambassadors, VIP customers I've signed through making friends in Facebook group. I have a new runner. Like I've been looking for a new runner, business builder for a while. She lives in Chicago. I've never met her in person. She came from a group, and how I found her, she was in a group about jewelry. We both buy the same type of jewelry from this one company that we like. And every time she got new stuff, she would always post she put a selfie in to show off the jewelry. And I thought, this girl's willing to do that. Like, come on now. And so friended her. We started chatting about the jewelry. Like I don't bring Plexus up right away, but she saw my posts. And when she started, the girl didn't even buy a welcome pack. Oh my God, I probably was like the worst salesperson with it. She only wanted hydrate. And I'm like, what was I supposed to do? Like I could only get her to buy hydrate. And like 6 months later, like she is posting, like she's senior silver now, like she's like all into it. So but I like really believed in her and knew she was willing to do that in a group. So look for those people also that are willing to like put themselves out there, because if they're willing to do it in a group, they're going to be willing to do it on their page and you'll connect with them and whatnot. Were there any other questions? Oh, let's see. please share how you reached out to her initially and brought up Plexus. I don't think that I did bring up Plexus. Like, I think I friended her and I was posting in the group and I would always comment on her pictures. And so like, that's how people will accept your friend request if they recognize your name, is what I think. Because you've posted enough in the group, you've commented, you've replied, and all of that, you've complimented them. Gosh, compliment people, they love it. And like, they recognize them, they're like, well, I want to be friends with her. Like, she seems really nice. Like, she's very involved in this group. She likes what I like. She seemed really nice. And they'll accept, I mean, most times they'll accept the friend request. And then I'm not a cold messenger. I'm not good at stuff like that at all, but I post about Plexus all the time, like stories, personal page, like that's like who I am. I mean, this is like my sole income, like, and I've been single for 6 years of this. And so, I mean, this is like it. So like, I don't quit, like ever. So anyways, so she saw my stuff, like, and then I feel like a lot of times eventually I was really interactive with her. And so they're going to see my stuff, and she liked me as a person. She's like, okay, well, what the heck is this Plexus stuff you keep posting about? So, someone reached out and she said, yeah, so that can happen too. She said, I had a girl I was building a relationship with and I had not brought up Plexus yet. Last week she posted about her pink drink. Someone reached out and she said yes. And I mean, that's happened to me too. It happens. And if you feel comfortable reaching out to people, once you feel like you have like a little bit of a relationship, then I don't see anything wrong with it, just like kind of doing it like more slyly and then just like, so like in your face. So any other questions? I know I was only supposed to talk for like 10 minutes and I'm a talker. So when I get on these Zooms, so I can talk forever, but.
Well, I actually think it's been fantastic because it's actually jogged me to think, what groups am I in? And I actually don't feel like I've ever really used groups before. And Jill Renfro did a training at convention about it. And I was like, okay, I got to do that. And then what it showed me is that I'm not somebody that's actually invested in hobbies or like having outside interests. Turns out my interests were Plexus and homeschooling. And so it was like, I need to start becoming a more interesting person, because if I have more interest, I'm going to meet more people. And especially like you said, when you're in that posture of letting people teach you, like you said about your home building, people love being in that position because so it takes away a little bit of that, that skepticism, because they feel like they're like an authority for you. But I would tell you guys what Corinne just shared about the cold messaging, nothing's wrong with that. If it works for you, if that is how your business grows, then you're doing it the right way. But for people that maybe that feels weird for, I can tell you 90% of my business came in this way and still comes in this way. I meet people, I get to know them. And inevitably, Facebook is just, to me, like a resume. So when someone's meeting you, they go look at your resume, which is your Facebook wall. And they're looking at it like, I don't like this lady, or I kind of think I like her. And in that, if I've done a good job posting, they see Plexus. I'm telling you, the messages say something like, I just saw something you posted about and blank. And I'm like, oh yeah, girl, we need to talk about that. It's so nice, because then they bring it up and I'm like, why are you mad at me? You brought it up to me. I didn't say anything to you. And so it takes away that feeling of that slimy feeling. So if you're good with your social media and you're really good, I mean, you were talking about, Corinne, like being active on the page, people like people that are high energy, that are excited about life, that engage with more than just a thumbs up. So I would say, by the way, even the way you showed up on the Zoom, it's just indicative of that. Seriously. I'm like, I like her. I don't want her to be my friend. She's cute. She's fun. She's high energy. So.
Well, one thing I wanted to mention with what Jen said is like, oh, I have no hobbies. And I think that was when I've done these trainings before, people are just like, well, I don't have any hobbies. Like, I really don't feel like I have hobbies either, but like, what do you like? Like, what is just stuff you like? Like I love clothes. Like, I'm like in a lot of boutique groups. And like, when you buy something, then you try it on and you put your picture and like, oh, this is the shirt I bought. And like, people will, like, I find that super easy to do, because then when I friend them and they're on my page, it's like, oh, now she's selling this. Like, she recommended this shirt and I really like the shirt. So, but you've got to, what do you just like? Like, you do something else. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a hobby, but I mean, reading everybody, I mean, you guys had great examples in there of, you know, specific, just what you're about. I'm in a group, like I have two almost teenage daughters. They're almost 13 and 16. So I'm in a group that I actually just got somebody from, moms of teenage girls who drive us crazy. It helps me so much in my parenting because these girls drive me crazy. And my fiance has two girls who are almost the same ages. So they're 12, 13, 14, and 16. Yep. And so we're about to all live together next year. But so I'm in this group and I love it because I've made friends, but I get advice and I give advice. So like, it's not a hobby. Trust me, teenage girls is not my hobby, but it's also my life. So like, think of it that way too. It doesn't have to be a hobby. Like, right, you get to a certain age, you don't have hobbies, but like, unless you do, like, that's great. But like, you can like, so what do you spend your time thinking about? Like, what are struggles you have? Because trust me, other people have those struggles also. So, somebody asked, do I niche my Facebook page? I do not. Because I've had it for so long. Like mine, it's like all about me. And I post about my kids and I post about Plexus and I posted about my divorce. And I posted about like, I'm a very open book and I've just had to be that way. And every time I was dating somebody, I was like, just so you know, you're about to be on Facebook. Like I put it all out there because I think that way people relate to me and they trust me and all that. So you kind of got to get over that. So I don't niche my Facebook page. But I'm about to start a page for building our house. Like I think it's going to be called Blending and Building or something like that, like blending families, building a house. I don't know. And so that will be niched. I've tried other things and it hasn't worked out. And that's the thing. Try things. Like I've tried several niches that I'm like, no, this isn't, like I tried for a month or two and I just don't enjoy doing it anymore. So I'm like, I got to find something I enjoy posting about all the time. The blended build. Ooh, Stephanie. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. Thank you. Were there other questions? Otherwise, Jen, I'll let you talk and I'll mute myself because I'll just keep talking.
That was fantastic. And it definitely gets me excited because there's nothing worse than the feeling that your leads have all run out. That's the worst feeling ever. So, there's always a remedy. And I'll tell you guys, Lisa Shyrock is one of my favorite people to follow because that girl will post everything all day long about everything she's doing. And it's the best. I feel like her leads never run out. So I would definitely encourage you guys to follow her as well. So let's go ahead and transition into the last half hour. They're saying how awesome it was, by the way, Corinne, because it is. We forget to talk about ways to get more people and you feel like you're knocking on the same doors over and over and over again. So let's focus today a couple of things. One is have your ducks in a row with some really fun messaging for when the Black Friday specials launch tonight. You don't even know what it is. It doesn't matter. And I want you to picture what would you want someone to say to you? So let's say I'm sitting here ordering this shampoo from this girl. What would I want her to say to me when she's telling me about the Black Friday specials? How would I want her to approach me? Hey, you're one of my people, so I take really good care of you. Here's what's about to come out. This is what it will cost. And here's how you can get it. Like, I would just want it to be simple. I would want it to be fun. I would want it to not have too much information. I definitely don't want to hear all the ingredients. I don't want any of that. Okay. I don't want her to send me like a product information link. I just sweet, simple. So think how you want it to be talked to you and come up with a message, save it in your notes. So you're ready tonight. And then I would definitely encourage you to invite people to the immunity training. Tina's going to be on there. Tina on here on the call. She's going to help us with active and it's going to be super good. I can't wait to hear her share. And then I would also encourage you guys to order your reset box because if you don't have it, you're not going to be able to do the reset with us December 5th through the 7th. If we could have a bunch of skinny people, Plexus people after Thanksgiving. Oh yeah. 2023, you won't be able to stop us. Okay, so get busy inviting, creating scripts, share your scripts in the chat as well. And we're going to just take that whole 30 minutes to do that. I'm also going to put the cadence I told you about in the chat as well. Okay, I'm sorry. I just put the cadence in the chat, but I want to clarify something. So tonight, Black Special Fridays announce in the immunity training. Tuesday and Wednesday, message, post, do a Black Friday countdown. It's never too much, okay? Thursday, put your dang phone away and enjoy your family. But I'm going to tell you something. Come 7 o'clock when someone's having massive regret and they feel like they ate 7,500 calories in one meal, that's a really good time to be having a conversation with somebody. Get on your messenger and see who's on. Look for the green lights. Just start talking. How was your Thanksgiving? And they're like, great, but I feel like I just gained 72 pounds. Oh, me too. Just kidding, because I'm doing a reset. And so get them into the conversation then. I'm not trying to be like weird, but hit them when they're weak. But anyways, you didn't hear me say that. And then we're going to move on to Friday, order your specials, message like a wild woman or man. Monday, start promoting the ambassador reset group and the leadership training. So if you just kind of stick with that particular cadence, you should do fabulous.
Jennifer, can I just ask, so tonight when they announce what our 2 new products are to us, is that something we get to post about, share about, get people excited that it is happening Friday, or we still have to, we just get to know and we have to hold on to that until Friday?
No, the cat's out of the bag at that point.
Okay.
What I will say to you is this, everything is LTO, like limited time offering that's happening. And having said that, if one of them is something that we all say we love so very much, maybe they'll make it permanent. And that's not really about what you're asking, but we should have plenty of stock so that you could post and feel confident in that, but also know if it ends up selling out, you can always say, I told you so. Like I tried to give you a warning. Like I told you that was going to be amazing. And so if anyone orders and they can't get their hands on it, which I don't think will happen, my goal is Friday to order the red light wand with this special. So I only have to pay shipping once, but, did I answer your question?
Yes, it did.
And I know it's confusing when you don't have the actual product in hand to be posting about, but, there's so much information about the kinds of things that are going to be in this special surprise that you can be asking questions. Remember what we heard on exactly what to say. He said things like, what do you know about blank? So grab one of the ingredients that's in what they're announcing and say, what do you know about, and then make it just a post and see what people say, see what they put in the comments. How would it feel if, I want to say something. I can't say it because it'll give it away.
It.
I can't.
Just say it.
I can't, Stacy. It's being recorded. Okay.
We'll stop the recording.
Yeah, it's launching at midnight, Lisa, but I don't know how to say it. It's like the in between space between Thursday and Friday. I don't know how to say it any other way.
And is that Eastern?
Eastern.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we're always
so that means we can't order it until midnight Thursday night. That's when we can actually order whatever it is.
Well, I think it would be 11 Central. Okay. What time?
Yeah,
it should be 11. But I don't think I'll stay up to do that. I don't think. Although I am very nervous about not being able to have more of what I think. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I will now that you said that.
So we'll have all week to promote it, because we're going to know what it is. And then Friday is basically our Thursday night's the order time, right?
Ooh, a midnight release is so difficult when you're in Eastern. It's such an advantage to Pacific, FYI.
If it doesn't sell out, then it's not really an issue. Like, I think it's worse when you're sitting there on Friday wondering, is it 8 o'clock?
What time?
Is it 9 o'clock? Is it 11? Like, when is it coming? Yeah.
And Jen, isn't it free shipping on orders of 175?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why I'm trying to get all the things I want ordered together. I almost ordered a bunch of those red light things. Well, not a bunch. I just wanted to get one for myself because I'm selfish. But I didn't want to pay the shipping and then pay it again on Friday.
Hey, Jen, this is Clint. Just a note, as long as both orders are over $175, you're gonna get free shipping on both. So in my mind, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, teach me this because apparently I missed this. Tell me what you're saying.
As long as if the first order is above 175, you can do that, get it done. And then when the next order, as long as it's above 175, you'll get free shipping anyways. So it doesn't really matter how many orders you do. You get free shipping on all of them as long as they're $175 or more.
Yeah, and I thought the red light one combo, I don't remember how much it was, but I know it wasn't the 175. I guess I could have added more, but my subscription's already gone out and I don't need like,
Yeah, it's 129.
yeah,
So unless you're getting all three of them at 225, then
Yeah.
which I didn't know you had to use the serum with it. So that's actually really important information to know. Why is that, Corinne?
It just you don't have to use like our serum. I mean, just any or even any kind of like lotion, because then it just kind of it glide. I mean, it's in the directions, like I literally read it, but it just glides on your skin better. It's kind of like, remember the jade roller? Like it was good to like put some kind of serum on your face and then like do that. I think it helps like the absorption.
I thought it was a razor and I'm like, are we seriously selling a razor blade? Like what's happening right now? But
I want to say one thing, like for the launch and everything that we'll find out tonight, for our team, and you can kind of do what you want, but we are doing a team call tonight afterwards and saying like, don't just like, remember, like you're going to see what everybody else is doing. They already sell Plexus. Those aren't your people, right? I mean, that could be your team, but that's not like who you're selling to because they already sell Plexus. So I like the idea, like, and I like when like the jewels have been able to do launches before where we get it ahead of time and we can do like sneaks because it gets people's curiosity up. So just because you find out what it is tonight doesn't mean you need to post exactly what it is tonight, tomorrow, the next day, the next day. Like then it's like almost old news. Like, so we have like, okay, like, tonight there's a certain post and like tomorrow post about this. And you kind of like Jen said, you'll be able to take pictures with things you already have to like recreate it. They won't realize it's not that actual product. You know what I mean? So like you'll be able to kind of like fake it till you have it and do that and do sneak peeks of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Without just like blatantly putting out what the products are. Right, like teaser posts, Stacy. Perfect.
yeah, I like curiosity posting. And in fact, and this isn't cheating because you guys all saw caramel in the preview video. You just don't, and I'm sure you can guess what it is, but of course don't say that. But the easiest thing ever, right the second, you could say, okay, what do you like? Which do you like most, caramel or white chocolate? Don't say chocolate because everybody will say chocolate and then it just defeats your purpose with your post.
He said hazelnut. We have a post, caramel or hazelnut.
Oh yeah, but that's funny. Caramel or asparagus. And that way everybody's like caramel. Actually, I never say caramel. It's caramel. Who made me
I
say
say
that?
caramel.
Was that
I
you
don't-
that messed up my pronunciation?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot for
I
that.
don't do caramel.
my
Mm.
pastor's wife was really, really stringent on this, and she's like, it's Mount Carmel, and we eat caramel. So that's how I always remember.
That's funny. It's like pecan and pecan. I had a boyfriend that said when I was in high school, he's like, do you drink a con of Coke or a can of Coke? It's a pecan. And I'm like, no, Kim, no, ma'am. Okay, sorry for the talking. Bye.
One more thing on that, I always say truckers use pecans and I eat pecans.
Okay, we're going to start wrapping up, but what Stacy said is a good idea. Why don't we all think about what we're going to say, and then we can share some of those scripts in the messenger chat. I want you guys to know something. Sometimes scripts don't get read. It is the strangest thing about the energy. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, where you get a message, I start in 3 words and I go, I know that they copy and pasted this. It's just weird. You just know. And so you need to figure out, what would you want someone to say to you? Literally create the scenario in your mind. You're like, I buy these oils. What do I want Samantha to say to me about the special that's coming? And literally think about it. Because listen, I will nitpick and critique messages all day long that people send to me. And I'll send back and go, really don't think that's what you were trying to ask me, was it? Like, I think I'm like a message therapist or something. So just really try as hard as you can to get a message that sounds like you, it's heartfelt, but we can be sharing those in the chat. And having said that, starting in 2023, that Power Hour chat, it's going to be done. We're going to end it. It's going to be over. We're going to close it out. I'm going to ask everybody to leave, and I'm going to start a new one with just the people that are active. I don't like that it's so large with a bunch of people that aren't actually active in it. And it's always good to start over, right? A fresh new leaf. So that's going to be the plan for 2023. I'm super excited for you guys to find out tonight what we're going to be able to sell for Black Friday, be working on some of the posts using the wording that we got from Exactly What to Say. It's all going to actually be to your advantage to start posting that curiosity branding. So be thinking about that idea, and let me think if there's anything else. Of course, we don't have Power Hour on Thursday. I won't even be thinking about you. Just kidding. I have so much gratitude for all of you. And Corinne, thank you so much for sharing. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your Monday, and I'll see you tonight on the immunity training.